Hey soldiers, this is Don Cryptonium, and today we are deploying the education. Today we are talking about my favorite DEX, Camelot DEX, that is on Arbitrum, and I believe this DEX soon will surely be the largest DEX on Arbitrum and maybe will play one of the largest roles in all Ethereum. And why this is my favorite DEX? Because this DEX aligns the interest of founders with interest of the users of the platform. This DEX aligns interest of the founders with the holders of the Grail token, which is native token of Camelot DEX. So before we start, make sure that the thumbs is up, the heart is on, and that this video is shared, okay? And I'm going to tell you how to use Camelot, how to provide liquidity to get the best yields, because Camelot as of now offers one of the best, if not the best yields, and why I really like how they structure the Grail token. I think a lot of thoughts went into this, and there is no other DEX I know that does so much work into the token to actually make it valuable. Okay, first of all, let's start with some statistic that we have from Iron Boots, who is actually building Camelot. So here is some statistic that you have on its Grail token: 24 million market cap, and the trading volume that's annualized at over 11 billions. And the fees that come in 30 days, there is over $1 million, roughly around $1.2 million generated in fees. That makes them one of the most profitable DEX out of there. And out of these fees, there is also over $2.5 million in revenue in the past 30 days. So this is just some basic data, and when you look at these revenues, it's higher than many other DEXs with similar market cap. Okay, so I opened this, I opened CoinGecko here, and this is not perfect because today is the weekend, and Camelot has exceptionally lower volume. Of course, others also have lower volume, but there are the days when Camelot actually enters top 10 or lurking into top 10 of the DEXs. There was volumes of over $50 million already. So this is one of the best volumes in crypto that you generate as of now, sitting comfortably in the top 20, being above many of the, other DEXs. And that, of course, reflects on these high fees that are coming to Camelot. The first thing I want to show you is the liquidity pools that give really high yields, and why they give you really high yields, because comparing to many other platforms, they do it really great. So when you hit the pools, there is few different fees. So first of all, of course, Camelot has concentrated liquidity, which is becoming the standard right now, okay? But they do something unique that help the random users like me actually squeeze the maximum value. So one fees that occur there is swap fees, okay? That's the standard everywhere. Another type of incentives might be they own native Grail token. Lately, Arbitrum deployed 3 million ARB token to incentivize the certain pools, and those even includes the outside of the ecosystem pools, like the pool with Kujira. Yes, Kujira is on Camelot and is incentivized with Arbitrum tokens. So that's 3. And some of the pools, but those are more nuanced, I'm not benefiting from those, are for market maker rewards. So when you do concentrated liquidity manually, your own system, you might be rewarded with those. So they're split in few different categories, and you can really max it out greatly. So what we are going to do right now, I'm going to choose the pool with high APR. If you want to do Ethereum USDC, because it's safer, you should absolutely do that. So don't look at what pool I'm doing right now, because of course, if you choose more risky asset, the chances of having impermanent loss are higher. But I'm going to use this winner USDC pool just because it's having high APR, and I think it's good for presentation if I can show you something with the high APR right now. So I'm choosing this pool. And when creating the position, there is something really cool. So when we create, we can choose the mode manual. And that would probably qualify for market making rewards. But to do manual, you actually need to have your own bot. You need to have your own system that will auto rebalance your pool, because if you just retail like me that can't do it, you might miss on the tokens getting out of bounds, not rebalancing that, and being stuck with the non-rebalanced position, losing on the potential upside or losing on the potential downside. So if you don't do that, I recommend just doing auto and choosing a provider of the strategy. And those strategies are also narrow strategies, yielding high in the collected fees. So I'm going to do max here, what I can do. So it's pretty balanced position. Sometimes I'm not that balanced depending on if the market is up or down. So let's approve these 2 tokens and we will have a created position. And then we can move forward to the next thing. So let's approve this both, and then we are able to create the position. So here is another thing. So we have breakdown of the fees, okay? So this is the swap fees and farm base APR, and these are the Grail incentives. And these Grail incentives you can actually push up, you can see, with this lock bonus, and you can do maximum of 6 months, right? So I can double that additional incentives if I lock it up for 6 months. Personally, I don't like to do that much of a risk, right? So I'm not locking up, and I'm like, okay, I can skip on that 20% of additional rewards. I'm happy with the high swap fees. I'm happy with the base APR. And then on top, we have Arbitrum rewards in that pool. So this is why I'm choosing it this way. And execution rewarded, which might be quite common when you start. You can keep trying a few times. When the market is volatile, just keep trying every few minutes. Because it's due to these providers, okay? So this is not platform, but when the market is volatile, they do it so the users don't get wrecked when you provide liquidity. Okay, so once you stake it, you will see that in the positions, and depending on the positions you have, you will see it here. If that's in the vault, you will see this displayed as the vault. If that's manual position, you will see this in LP v3. You can stake it if there is the option. So in this pool I made here, I could stake it in the Nitro pool. Nitro pools are incentivized with the Arbitrum tokens in this case. So you can claim it all the time. It's not daily, it's not weekly, it comes to you all the time, similarly as the Grail rewards. And you would wonder what's so great about the Grail, right? It's just the farming token. You incentivize with it. Well, there is a little bit more to that. So there is Grail, which is this underlying asset. Half of your rewards, I believe it's half of the rewards, you receive in the Grail. And this Grail is paying you dividends, okay? So you can also convert your Grail. If you hold 1 Grail, you can convert this, right, to Grail. Once you do it, it pays you the fees that platform generates. It pays part of the fees to you. And there is the option dividend, so it's easy to find around. You can allocate the Grail to the dividend paying vault, let's call it, and you will be generating the fees. So what happens when you redeem them? The shortest period of redeeming your Grail rewards or your converted Grail is 15 days, okay? And many people who claim those rewards, they will choose 15 days. They don't care about waiting longer. The other rewards that would get lost, you can see I could get 50%. The other 50% will get burned. That's how the Grail is deflationary. If I increase it to 6 months, I will get maximum. Not many people, maybe many people get the 6 months, but this is how the Grail tokenomics works, and this is why that deflationary. So you can look a little bit in the deflationary mechanisms of the Grail token. So the other thing is, what I didn't mention yet, is buyback and burn. So part of the protocol earnings is used to buy back the Grail token and burn it. And also this order that I mentioned is X Grail redeems. If you don't redeem the maximum time period, the order is gonna get burned, which of course result in the end in the less Grail rewards. So this is why I think it's also the great token. This is why I think it's the best DEX token that yet I've seen, with the best structure, with the best incentives that come from few different sources, and the token that meant to be scarce. The token, when you hold, is actually valuable, and it's not just the farming token, as many other DEXs do. So I do hope this video was informative. It's a little bit a lot. I hope it's not too much to understand everything, but that's how the platform works. That's the different ways of the fees, and once you get used to, you will really feel like it's probably one of the best DEXs you have ever used. So with that, hey, Don is out, but not forever. Till the next time.